talk about what I'm now calling, I just made it up today, the Issa lens of self-esteem. And I want to talk about another sister slash character in the movie Encanto. So the refresher, the Issa lens of self-esteem is E is for esteem, my last name, E-A-S-A. E is for esteem, A is for achievements. Does my worth come from what I do, what I achieve? S for society. Does my worth come from other people, whomever that other person is, people in society? The final A, attributes or assets. Does my worth come from what I have, house, car, TV, or what I look like? I'm thin, I have pretty hair, pretty face, I don't know. I'm tall. Does my worth come from any of those things? Versus inherent self-esteem from the inside out. I am enough and I matter in spite of my flaws and imperfections. I have worth because I was born. I have worth because I was born. That's inside out, inherent self-esteem versus those outside sources that I just mentioned, which will always leave us unfulfilled and wanting more. So I've already done a video on Louisa, the strong sister in the movie, and I describe her based on my own interpretation. Based on her song, I described her as achievement-based because her song is about what she does. I do also believe that you could see her as attribute-based because she believes her worth comes from being strong. Strength is an attribute that she has. So I want you to see it from that lens, achievement and attribute. And like I said, that video was on achievement-based. When I was watching the movie, I also strongly saw the outside source of self-esteem in Isabella. Isabella is depicted as the pretty one, and her whole thing is being perfect. You can see perfectionism as an achievement-based esteem. Do I do my job perfectly, whatever my job is? Do I reach those goals? I see the perfectionism for her as attribute-based because to her, I think it's about her presentation. Do I look perfect? Is my hair right all the time? Is my outfit right all the time? And I haven't seen the movie for a while, but if I'm remembering correctly, even her room, there was a color, I don't want to say the colors were perfect, they were. There was actually a color scheme, if you remember. Like the colors were always in the perfect place, the perfect order. And by the end of the song with her and Maribel, at the end of their song together, the colors were all like mismatched and messy together. She had stopped the perfectionism. So I see it for her as attribute based. Am I presenting perfectly? And I would say a little bit of society based because perfectly based on whose opinion? Maybe she thinks, she doesn't, but maybe she thinks perfect is that messy stuff that came out later. She doesn't, that's clear. So when I was watching the movie, both of these jumped out at me. The movie's getting a lot of attention from therapists. This is my world, it may not be yours. A lot of therapists on the intergenerational trauma / legacy that is being shown, how the grandmother had all this stuff going on and how she passed it to her children. That's intergenerational trauma or intergenerational legacy. So the movie's getting a lot of attention for that, and which I agree with, and it was very clear when I was watching it. But I just wanted to also do these videos because I also saw the self-esteem piece when I was watching it, like loud and clear. And my goal for you listeners, you watchers of my videos, is that the more you immerse yourself and start hearing my perspective on these, the more you'll start to notice it in your own life. And when you're being pulled into those outside sources, I want you to rein yourself back in. I have worth because I was born. I can hold myself in warm regard in spite of my flaws and imperfections because you're human and you're going to have flaws and imperfections. And when you're struggling, because this is hard work to do on your own, call me. I am your queen of clarity. I'm your decision diva. So head over to yourdecisiondiva.com to get a printout of all this information. There's me like with your hands. It's a printout. And my contact information is on the back side of it. So get in touch with me. I am your decision diva. Like I said, your queen of clarity. Get in touch with me and let's figure out where the missing pieces are for you as to why you're still struggling with this stuff. Till next time.